Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Star Wars in a Galaxy, watching all the Star Wars we can get our hands on. I'm Eli. Jacob is on vacation right now. He gave me permission to record this special bit of an episode. If everyone doesn't know that I'm a huge fan of the movie Trivia Shimoda and how they do trivia and Star Wars trivia along with that kind of aspect of doing stuff. I love that kind of stuff, and I wanted to organize a little bit of a trivia event of my own right now. So I got with me to co-host this event. I got Mr. Alden Diaz of Octo Radio. How are you doing, Alden?
Hello there, my friend. Thank you so much for the invitation. Very excited to be here with you today for what is going to be very heated and personal, I feel like.
It's going to be great. So one of these competitors does not know who the other one is, and it's going to be great. I think we should bring on the first one. The first one is a good friend and former two-time In a Galaxy guest from the Nerd Academy podcast. That is Jarod the Dark Jedi.
Hi. I'm ready.
Oh, man.
It is a night of redemption. It is a night of proving myself to myself.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm so excited to see whomstead I am facing off against. I have my theories. I have a couple theories that as to the identity of my opponent.
Especially because, as we know, Eli, one Scotty Jarod has been ducking the Dark Jedi.
Exactly. Yeah. After the match that I hosted on the Bombadcast a few months ago, could it be Scotty Jarod? No, it's not Scotty Jarod. But no, if you have not seen that match, go watch that after this. It provides all the context you need. Elfrona, everything. I had to mention it.
And if you have virgin ears, I apologize for the things you hear me say when I lose that. I had some choice words.
That was a technical knockout, but that was not in any way technical about the way you lost that. I'm sorry.
No.
Introducing Jared's opponent from the Bombad. I'm joking. New guest on the show from Skywalking Through the League, we have Mr. Trey Mitchell.
I knew it. Oh, let's go.
Welcome.
Let's go.
Welcome to the show, Trey.
I'm so ready. Oh.
How's it going, Jarod?
I'm ready, bud. I have more handsome competition than I had the last time, so that's already a plus. The view is much better.
This man, he threw his hat, ladies and gentlemen. He threw his hat. It's on.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Jarod and Trey go head to head in this competition. We have 10 questions in this first round. I'm gonna set a timer. You're gonna write it down on whiteboards. You'll get 15 seconds. If you get all 10 right, you'll get a bonus question. Each question is worth 1 point. At the end of the 15 seconds, I'll just ask to see the whiteboard. And Alden and I will be alternating asking the questions in the first round. Alden, would you be so kind as to start off for us?
I would absolutely love to start off.
10 questions. Let's do this in the first round. Let's see who has the better trivia knowledge of the galaxy far, far away. All canon, everything. We're going to do this.
Trey,
all canon.
What, Jarod?
I said, may the force be with you.
May the force be with you, too. I'm going to need it.
All right. Sportsmanship here before we head into the first round. We're heading into Alden Diaz's favorite Star Wars film, the category of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. For those playing at home, it is actually not my favorite. Your question is, Jarod and Trey, to begin the match, which actor who was dead at the time of production was brought back to life via CGI?
Okay, 15 seconds.
I'm going to do terrible on this.
Not a lot of confidence in the room so far, Eli.
Yeah, no, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go with Trey first.
Yeah, no.
You don't got it? Jarod?
Peter Cushing.
That's correct for a point.
That is correct.
Okay. In the category of The Rise of Skywalker, Lando reveals on Pisana that he and Luke once chased an old Jedi hunter. What is this hunter's name?
I wonder if there's a little bit of question writer's bias happening in the match.
How could there be, Alden? That's ridiculous. 5, 4.
Whenever I get to write
3,
one of these, I'll be sure to
2,
add the name of Han
1.
and Leia's son.
Trey. That is correct. Ochi of Bestoon is correct for a point. Jared?
Ochi of Bestoon.
That is 2-1. Very close game. Alden, whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
For the third question.
Both players on the board here. Question number 3 comes to you in the category of Revenge of the Sith, the most cheerful of the Star Wars films. What is the name of General Grievous's flagship that appears at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah, cheerful movie all about people falling to the dark side.
Oh, yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Trey.
Ooh, the answer is not Bill Sheedy. Unfortunately.
Go ahead, Jared.
Don't tell me Star Wars isn't political when George Lucas made a joke about capitalism with Grievous's ship. It's the invisible hand.
That's correct for a point.
I've quite literally never heard that in my entire life.
Well, now you know. The invisible
I do
hand.
know.
Next question is the category of Star Wars Rebels. The question being, who voiced Fen Rao?
I just showed you. I don't even remember.
There's a lot of tension here as we go
5,
into our first
4,
animated question.
3, 2, 1, and Trey.
I don't know.
And Jared.
I blanked on it too.
The answer is
I literally just showed it to Jess. Like, I know his face. I just don't know his name. He's from Grey's Anatomy, right?
Kevin McKidd is
Yeah.
the correct answer.
Mm.
So that is, I believe, 4 to 1, going into the sixth question. Alden, whenever you're ready.
Okay, for 6, we go into what is truly a film near and dear to my heart, Return of the Jedi. In Return of the Jedi, who used the call sign Gold Leader at the Battle of Endor?
I remember this being a tricky one for some people at our testings of this. Let's see how the competitors fare. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Trey.
Lando Calrissian.
That's correct for a point.
Good one. I said Wedge.
I almost said 9, though, but
4-2.
he can't speak English, so
I hate Nyan Num so much.
Oh my god, the 9-nub hate here in the
9
game.
is strong.
Oh wow, strong indeed. Okay, Eli, back to you, man.
Okay, yeah. In the category of mixed bag, what is Lothal Governor Price's first name? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Trey.
I did not have it.
Okay, Jared.
Elfrona.
A correct answer for a different question. The answer we were looking for was Arinda.
Yeah, it was
Price.
something like that. Yeah.
People who are fans of that first Thrawn book heard that quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Arinda Price.
Go ahead with the next one, Alden.
This category comes, we get a little bit of fun with this category name. This is the Sacred Jedi Texts, also known as Star Wars books. Your question in Star Wars books, who wrote The Rising Storm?
It's funny because I always wanted to say who wrote the blank authors' names, The Rising Storm.
Yeah, yeah,
And then I
absolutely.
just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Trey. That is correct. Kevin Scott is correct.
Kevin Scott.
And so I believe we are 6-3 going into the 8th question in our round. 6-3, Jared up. In the category of the Book of Boba Fett, our newest category. In which chapter of the Book of Boba Fett does Boba Fett blow up the Sarlacc in the Great Pit of Carkoon with a seismic charge?
That's fucking good. Oops.
Some
5,
people reacting
4,
strongly.
3, 2, 1, and Trey.
Is it chapter 3?
That is incorrect, Jarod.
Chapter 4.
That's correct for a point. So
killing me.
we are 7-3 going into the 9th question. Alden, lay this one on us. This is going to be fun.
I must be honest, this might be my favorite question in round 1.
Yeah, I think that's mine too.
In the category of A New Hope for your parents' Star Wars, who played Cole Tackbright, also known as Fake Wedge, in A New Hope?
What?
We will send the competitors a Star Wars Explained
5,
link.
4, 3, 2, 1, and Trey.
I do not know. But Mark Hamill.
That is incorrect.
I don't have it, but if you said actor name played who, I would have written Fake Wedge.
The answer we were looking for is Colin Higgins.
Colin Higgins. Yeah.
Maybe one of my favorite pieces of behind scenes
That was
trivia
good.
from New Hope. And our final question. Our final question in round 1, we go into it 7, Jarod, 3, Trey. We're going to Star Wars: The Clone Wars. And the question is, when the clone trooper Tup killed his Jedi Master Tiplar in The Unknown, what planet were they on?
Now, in terms of difficulty, I think this might be your hardest question in round 1.
Probably, I don't know, 5, 4. Again, difficulty subjective, but 3.
Showdown spelling
2,
rules still
1.
apply, correct?
Yeah, spelling doesn't count unless it's like, yeah. Trey, go ahead.
Said Felucia.
That is incorrect. Jarod?
Saleucami?
That is also incorrect. The answer we were looking for was Ringo Vinda.
Never even heard of that.
I would like to point out that in the testing of this round, I think I also said Saleucami. I think
you did. I think
I did.
There's only one.
Oh, I didn't. I lied. I said Malister.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We exit round 1. Jarod 7, Trey 3. Jarod, since you are in the lead, you get to decide if you want to spin the wheel of fate, doom, and destiny, as it's often called, first, or if you want to defer to Jarod. If you want to defer to Trey.
I will defer to Mr. Mitchell.
Here is the wheel. You can see it right here.
You are awarded 1 respin if you don't like it.
Yeah, you are. That is. You landed on Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Would you like to respin that?
Yeah. Let's respin it.
Respin to Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
All right.
Yeah.
He's wearing Ahsoka colors for those listening up to the podcast.
Absolutely, he is. Yeah, no, he's. It's going to be a very interesting round 2 for both players, I'm sure. Round 2 works like this. You have 5 questions in the category you spun. Trey spun the Clone Wars. Jarod will spin afterwards. Each question will be worth 2 points, but you can go to ask for 4 multiple choice options, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. And there is stealing in this round. So if you get a question wrong, your opponent can steal for the same value of the question's worth. Okay.
Indeed. Who's going to be taking this round or this set?
Alden, why don't you take this? I'll take Jared's.
Sure. All right.
So whenever you're ready, Alden, with the first question from Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Yes, indeed, my friend Trey. I'm calling you Snips for this round. I have your 5 questions here in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. You can check down to multiple choice, which will reduce your point value, but you can still hear the answers. So, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, question 1. Star Wars: The Clone Wars, question 1. Which Night Sister is voiced by Kathleen Gatti? G-A-T-I, or Gotti.
Do I just say it out loud?
Yeah, you can say it out loud.
If you know it, yes.
Mother Talzin?
That is incorrect.
We're looking
Jarod for
for
2-point steal.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, steals.
Talia.
That is also incorrect.
Yes.
We're looking for Old Daka.
Old Daka.
What?
Okay. Star
second
Wars,
question.
The Clone Wars. Question 2. What percentage success rate does Clone Force 99 have?
Give me multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, 50%, B, 99%, C, 100%, or D, 78%.
D.
That is incorrect. Jarod for the steal.
C.
That's correct.
That is correct.
83.
100%.
100% success rate.
Those bad bitches.
The bad batch.
Oh, that was bad.
They never fail.
Question 3 in the Clone Wars. What Star Wars Legends planet has a moon that appears in season 1 episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars that is called Duel of the Droids?
These questions are so hard. I have no idea. I have no idea for like 80% of these questions. I don't know.
Or you can request a repeat and you can go to multiple choice.
How many do I just have unlimited multiple choices or?
Yeah, you can do it.
Let's give me a multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Rusan, B, Hapis or Hapes, C, Manan, or D, Rakata Prime.
A.
That is correct for a point.
That is correct.
So the score is 8-4.
Indeed. Penultimate question now in this round.
Penultimate question.
Or in this set of questions in the round.
Yeah.
Star Wars The Clone Wars question 4. What species is the lost Jedi Padawan Omer?
Who is Omer?
He's that one guy.
He is a lost character.
Mon Calamari.
That is incorrect. Jarod for the steal.
Zabrak.
That is also incorrect.
Yeah,
The
that was a
answer we were
guess.
looking
Okay.
for was Serene.
It was a
Never
Serene.
heard of that.
And now, Trey, your final question
I
The
hate that I read
category-
this question.
of the Clone Wars. What is the only piece of information that Marlo the Hutt says he can tell Darth Maul?
Nothing. I don't know.
That is incorrect. Jarod for the steal.
You guys go to sundaysbloodymary.com/shop. Use code TEEN at the checkout. You get 10% off your order, and you help it if it moves while you do it.
It's a great plug, but unfortunately that is not correct. The answer is it's I don't know if either of you have seen this meme, but so the only thing you can tell me is that I might find Jabba at Jabba's palace.
Yes. Yes,
The only thing
indeed.
they can tell him is that he could find Jabba at Jabba's palace.
I must say, that was a brutal set of Clone Wars questions.
Yeah.
That was like
Wow.
the hardest Star Wars questions I've ever had in my life. What the heck?
Those were brutal indeed.
I'm kind of sorry, and I'm kind of also not.
You're very satisfied with yourself. Don't lie.
Yes, I am very satisfied with myself. I am very satisfied, but now is time. Now is not the time for satisfaction. Now is the time for Jared's spin of the wheel. Jarod, I'm gonna pull up this wheel. If it goes on Clone Wars, we're gonna spin again. But other than that, we'll see what happens.
All right, hit me.
Spin. Mixed bag.
Run it again.
I was about to say, I would have loved to see you keep that, but like,
Spin it again.
oh no!
Oh, opponent's choice.
Opponent's choice.
Okay.
Trey. Oh, Trey, give him
Mixed
mixed
bag.
bag right off the bat.
Okay.
Bag without anything. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'll be answering these questions to Jarod. In the category of mixed bag, One of Dr. Aphra's love interests has a family connection to the High Republic. Who is it?
The Staros family. No?
I will mark that as correct for 2 points.
Okay. I wasn't sure if we were going for like what the connection was. Or
I was looking for Sana Staros, but that's
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know if you were looking for the family or the individual.
10-4. Next question. Wait, no. Yeah, 10-4. In what year does Jedi Fallen Order take place?
We told the competitors there would be math. No, we didn't.
No,
we did not tell them that.
Multiple choice.
A, 16 BBY. B, 13 BBY. C, 11 BBY. Or D, 14 BBY.
D, 14 BBY.
That is correct for another point, 11-4.
I should have
thought it was
done with my gut.
Next question in the category of mixed bag. The planet of Ord Mantell, which the Bad Batch makes their unofficial home during the first season of their show, is first mentioned in which Star Wars film?
Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. The bounty
that is
hunter
correct for
ran
2
into Ord Mantell.
points. That is correct for 2 points, 13-4. We're going into potential knockout territory right now. Which member of the Resistance Heroes Party did Lando Calrissian recognize on Pisana?
C-3PO.
That is incorrect. Trey for the steal.
Chewbacca.
That is correct for
of course.
Wookiees always stand out in the crowd.
So that is, I believe, what was that? 13.
I think we're tied, Eli.
I think that's. I think
Oh.
that's 13,
9-point
13-6. 13-6.
I would also
for
like to
Jarod.
point out that Eli has squeezed 2 questions out of that one scene.
I'm sure there's more.
It's a good one. This is actually so. I will give a disclaimer to both of you. This question is maybe my favorite Star Wars trivia question of all time. I don't know why I love this one so much, but I do.
It is Ochi.
It is very good.
It's going to be an Ochi question.
It's not an Ochi question. It is not an Ochi question. Alden can
Zam
see it.
Wissel.
It's actually not that either. But
Fuck.
But thank you for knowing your running bits.
Yes. The Emperor promoted Admiral Thrawn to Grand Admiral after his victory in a battle on what planet?
That's really good. That's really multiple choice. That's really good.
Okay, your multiple choice options are A, Bilbringi, B, Honegger, C, Garel, or D, Batone.
A.
That is incorrect.
Shit
Try
down.
for this steal.
Let's go C.
That is also incorrect. We were looking for D. The Emperor promoted me after my victory at Batone.
Trey
Yeah, I had this
employing the SAT strategy of going C when he wasn't sure.
I had this
Is
little
that
moment
real?
with
Is
myself
that a
where I'm
thing?
like, surely D can't be the correct multiple choice twice in a row.
Mental
it?
games.
Anyway, so we are going into the third round, 13-6. Jared leading by 7, but it still is anyone's game. We're going to need 3 numbers between 1 and 20 from both of you. Jared, since you're the lead, you can go first. Trey, you can't pick any of the same numbers as Jared, but yeah.
We're going to do my top 3 Star Wars movies. We're going to go 8, 6, and 1.
8, 6, and 1. And for Trey.
4, 16, 9.
For 2 points. In the category of The Last Jedi, what are Luke Skywalker's final words in his Force projection to Kylo Ren?
Last Jedi?
Yes, that's correct. No, wait, no. It's like I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that was the correct answer.
Oh.
Like I was just confirming with you. Yeah, that.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Is that
That's your final answer? Your final answer
Yeah.
are the words Last Jedi?
I guess not. Yeah. I'll just sure.
That is incorrect.
See you around, kid.
That is the correct answer. For your 3-point question, we go to the category of The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian. Alden, do you see this one? I can show you where it is.
Yes. Yeah, you got it clicked. I see it.
Yeah. You want to take that one?
Sure. Your 3-pointer in the category of The Mandalorian. Finish Luke Skywalker's line from Chapter 16, The Rescue. So you're going to finish this quote. Quote, he is strong with the Force, but talent without training.
Oh, that's good.
Is nothing?
That is correct for 3
That is
points.
correct. For 3 points.
Unreal.
That is what did we say? That is
This man is losing count.
16-9. Wait, no, that's not right. 14-9.
Man.
Here's where we stand. We have one final question. If Trey hits this, he forces Jarod to answer some questions. If he does not, Jarod will win this by technical knockout.
Ooh. Pressure.
Here we go. In the category of the Jedi Order, category 1 corresponds to the Jedi Order. The voice actor for the lightsaber master droid Huang also appeared in a different science fiction universe. Which one? For 5 points.
Star Trek?
That is incorrect. And
LZ, motherfucker!
What is he in?
He's in Doctor Who.
Okay.
He was the 10th Doctor, David Tennant.
Jarod.
And your winner, by way of technical knockout, Jarod the Dark Jedi.
Bring me that Gungan bitch. Bring him to me. Bring him to me. I will work my way through the whole goddamn goon squad if I have to. Bring me J-Ro.
But no, first of all, I just want to say thank you both for coming on. Thank you both for a really great match. Those were some tough questions.
I would like to just say that my Clone Wars questions were like a level of difficulty that there's no way I could have answered.
Yeah,
they were like.
So
I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying, like, I had never even heard of most of the answers. Like,
I will tell you this: I did not write those for this match.
Okay.
I did not write those. I actually wrote those for the Bombad Cast match.
So you're saying we all dodged a plethora of bullets last time?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. There were some leftover questions, and I
knew the Hugh Wang one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I wrote that. I wrote that for the Bombad Cast one. There were all the round 1 questions were new. Some of the round 2 and some of the round 3 were new. I'm disappointed. There were a few categories that were dodged here. Neither of you selected category. Which was it? 7. You were pretty close, Trey, but 7, which was things that go bump in the night, which I'll have to say for another time. Which is spooky stuff. But no. First of all, I just want to welcome Trey to Star Wars in a Galaxy officially. Welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you on. I'm sorry for those Clone Wars questions. Those were rough. I will admit that.
They were pretty gnarly. Like, I had the answers in front of me, and I was still unsure.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, that was it. I didn't realize until I sat back. I'm like, oh yeah, that Rusan one is really weird. And
you know what? He was in there. He made Jarod, sweat a little bit.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Again, he put Jarod in the position that Jarod was in before with the hitting the 5-pointer.
Trey, I want you to know I was banking on you checking down, like
what does that
entire
mean?
Round. I was hoping that your entire round 2 you were going to pick multiple choice, so I'd have an easier time. Eli's absolutely right. Can I hear my round 3 questions?
Actually, while we have time, why not? Actually, let's do this. Category 4, the Book of Boba Fett.
4. I picked 8.
I made a mistake. I read Jared's questions.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
So it's not a real win. That's what I'm hearing.
Controversy.
Yeah. I read that was a
I'm gonna
mistake.
give this. I'm gonna hold this over Jared for the rest of his life.
Jared can't live in peace.
I really won this now.
Jared can't live in peace. I think that we should go full pro wrestling and eliminate what was asked and make them do it again.
I think we should. I think we absolutely should.
I think they should play round 3 again.
We're gonna play round 3 again.
Wow.
Yeah. No, but we've reshuffled the questions. We've rejiggered everything. Trey's gonna get his actual 3 questions this time.
Cool.
I swear. Here we go.
I'm
For
gonna
2
make
points.
such a stink about this, Eli. I want
Yeah.
you to know. Oh my god, I'm about to
13
become
Jared said,
insufferable.
"Stop the count. Stop
He's
the count."
13
Jared's gonna claim that he now has 2 wins on Trey.
13
It was a fraudulent election.
13-6. Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna 1-6 this place. Anyway, sorry.
13-6. Here we go. 2-point question in the category of the Book of Boba Fett. Who voiced Cad Bane in the Book of Boba Fett?
Nah. Do I have multiple choice or anything?
You don't know.
Not in this round.
Okay. I don't know.
That would be Corey Burton. Corey Burton. Okay. Question. Category number 16 in the category of the Skywalkers. Alden, can you ask this one? I have my cursor on this one.
In the category of the Skywalkers, your 3-point question is: before she asks Rey who she is at the end of The Rise of Skywalker, what does the old man say to her? Old woman, sorry. What does the old woman say to her? You still have repeats.
No one's been here in ages.
I will accept that. The
Good
direct
pull,
quote.
Okay.
The direct quote was, "There's been no one for so long."
Okay.
That is
Eli is a generous god,
I'm
like
I'm,
Xerxes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm generous.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Thank
We're
you,
back
Sir
where we
Eli.
were. We're back to 13-9. We're in
So I can't
position
do
again.
worse. Nice.
Here we go. In the category 9, The Force Awakens.
For your 5-pointer.
Movie I saw 12 times in theaters.
The Force Awakens. If Trey hits this, we'll pass back to Jared. If Trey misses this question, then Jared will win by technical knockout. And here we go. Where did Han scold Chewbacca that they should have double-checked when they're finally reunited with the Millennium Falcon?
Can you say that question again?
Where did Han scold Chewbacca that they should have double-checked when they're finally reunited with the Millennium Falcon?
Jakku?
That is incorrect. We were looking for the Western Reaches. And your winner, by way of technical knockout, Jarod the Dark Jedi.
We had some controversy tonight,
We had some controversy tonight.
but
We had
the
some
undisputed
I
winner.
wouldn't want it any other way.
Wow.
You still, by the way, Jared, you still want those other questions? Because I actually have.
I would love all 6 of my other questions, actually.
Well, you didn't have the 3 other ones because I messed up.
I know, I'm being a prick.
No, the 2-pointer was the Jedi Order, in the category of the Jedi Order,
Okay.
for 2 points. Complete Jocasta News line to Obi-Wan Kenobi in Attack of the Clones. If an item does not appear in our records,
It does not exist.
That is correct.
We got the
Just
shitty
played that
tone
Lego
and
Star
everything.
Wars level.
Oh, it's so
Okay.
fun. It's so fun. I finished the prequels today. I'm on A New Hope.
Yeah. I'm on. I'm still on Empire, but it's great. I love that game.
I've been exploring
Uh,
Tatooine for hours.
Yeah.
Mm.
Category of The Last Jedi for 3 points. What is the name of the bombardier aboard Paige Tico's ship?
See, I could do this one on multiple choice. I don't know.
Yeah.
The answer is Nix Jerd. And finally, category 6, which is The Mandalorian, which I'm sorry for this question. This question is crazy. Timothy Oliphant and W. Earl Brown were picked for this Western-style episode, The Marshal, because of their experience playing a sheriff and barman, respectively, in what Western TV show?
Justified.
That is incorrect. The answer
Yeah.
is Deadwood.
Same thing.
Wait, I think
He's
I
the
asked it-
same in all of them. That's true.
I think the funny thing is I asked this to Connor. I'm pretty sure I asked this to Connor, and I think he also said Justified.
That's the only thing. That's the only other show I
Good
know
jest.
for Oliphant. So, here I want to run through like my possible theories, right? What the hell? That's weird. Here, wait. Let me get into my notes app here. So for
I
a
love that you wrote
moment,
theories about this.
my theory was that it would be Jerry and Eli. That was my first thought. Was that was the kind of trap Spencer and I were walking into.
I would love to compete in something like this, but
You're too valuable as a writer, and you've made
Yeah,
yourself
that-
too good at this thing, and we're
That's my
Also-
own. It's almost my own problem. Yeah.
we're and Eli, I speak for everyone when I say we are all too chicken shit to take you on. As someone who's done it before, holy shit. Mans will give
Buck's
you a run
about
for your
to
money.
get Buck's about to get a whole new meaning of the word trivia when he takes me on Radio Rebellion stream. We're gonna see that.
Tear that ass up. I did eventually, and it started the other day or the day before. Whenever Trey just started like randomly assailing me, like in the group chat, just randomly was like, "Jared's a bitch," and I was like, "Oh,
Check in your head.
oh, it's Trey. It's got to be Trey, right?" then for a
Jared,
moment-
like an hour, less than an hour before this match, he said, "I still don't know who it is, but I feel like they're in this chat."
Then I started tweeting Jared gifs from the Rocky movies. Just
Well, and
Just
then
hype it
for a
up.
moment, you threw me off your scent for a minute because you went from like gifs of fights to Mickey cheering Rocky on, and I was like, "Baby Trey."
I will say this though. We have one more thing as a tradition on Star Wars in a Galaxy, and I'd like to invite Trey as a first-time guest on the show. We have some questions that we ask. Would you be? They're not trivia questions. I swear to God.
Thank God, I don't wanna lose a
Opinion
third
based.
time.
They're opinion-based questions. Alden and Jared know they've done all of them before.
Mhm.
Can I ask you them?
Yes,
Okay. Question 1: Who is your favorite Star Wars character?
Ahsoka Tano.
Great answer. And that's really. What is your Star Wars movie ranking? If you don't have a ranking, you can say like a top 5 or a favorite or something.
I have Letterboxd. Let me pull up the grand old app. 1, The Last Jedi. 2, Empire Strikes Back. 3, Star Wars. 4, Rogue One. 5, The Force Awakens. 6, Revenge of the Sith. 7, Solo. 8, Return of the Jedi. 9, Attack of the Clones. 10, The Rise of Skywalker. 11, The Phantom Menace. 12, Clone Wars.
Solid. Again, solid. Very solid. I was a little surprised to see Rogue One and Last Jedi at the place that they were, but I respect it. I respect it a lot. Third question. What is your favorite non-movie Star Wars media that you think people are missing out on? So like anything Star Wars that's not a movie that I think is underrated.
I mean, my favorite probably thing in story in Star Wars is Lost Stars. So I think everyone should read that. But if not that, then something else that I think a lot of people haven't given a chance yet, which is Rebels. I'm rewatching it right now. And I think that show is like, people love Clone Wars and people talk so highly about Clone Wars, but then it feels like they don't watch Rebels. And I think Rebels is a better show than Clone Wars. So I would say Rebels. Yeah. Rebels is like everything that you like in Star Wars. Like, it's like funny. It's about a family. It has Jedi. It has a Mandalorian. It has a goofy guy who walks on hands, and it has like a murdering droid. Like, I mean, give me a better Star Wars than that.
I tend to invite. This has become a running gag on the show that I tend to invite so many big Rebels fans, and not that I'm not one. It's just that like everybody, it feels like every other person I invite is just a Rebels stan. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it.
Good folk.
What, in your opinion, is the coolest Star Wars species?
Chiss.
I mean, they wrote a whole book trilogy about them, so you know.
I was gonna say, if you said Celestin, my ass would be on the way.
I do love me some Celestians.
Why do you hate them so much?
I hate Celestians.
Galaxy,
and
man.
My favorite scene in all of The Force Awakens is not all the cool Ben Solo stuff. It's when Darth Sidious roast Nyan Num's goofy ass extra crispy.
Just making sure you know that was the Rise of Skywalker. You said The Force Awakens.
You
freaking idiot. Stupid idiot. How did you interpret it twice against me, idiot?
I knew what I meant. Because Nyan Num should have died during the Battle of Starkiller Base. Anyway, no, nothing but Nyan Num slain.
Too many people died. Snap, Wexley, and Nyan Nub. Too many fallen soldiers.
If I had to trade Snap for Nyan, that is a sacrifice I will make 1,000 times.
Anyway, seconding badly off of that. What is your favorite Star Wars planet, Trey?
Probably Coruscant. It's so cool. I was even going to say Lothal or Coruscant, but Lothal is just cool because of the characters we see on it, like the Rebels crew and stuff. Without them, it wouldn't be as cool. Yeah, no,
Coruscant is one of those planets that like it feels like you learn something new about it every single time we go back there. It's.
Although I will say, Acto really interests me. I think all the scenes on that planet are my favorite in the whole Star Wars movies.
I will say, Alden, if you did a plug right there, I would not have been mad.
I was going to do a plug for Alden, but then I didn't.
No, I don't make money off of it like this man and his Bloody Marys.
Go to BloodyMary.com/shop. Use code TNEP at checkout. No, Trey, you're a better man than me because I absolutely would have taken a pot shot at me in that moment.
What do you mean?
Elfrona.
You say, oh yeah, my favorite planet's Elfrona. I would have done that to me, and you're a better man than I am.
I didn't even think of that. So,
if you were in the Star Wars universe, what do you think your job would be?
One, I would like to have the Force, but that would probably be pre-Phantom Menace or like way down the line because I wouldn't want to be massacred. But besides that, like, my job. I think it'd be fun to just be to work on a ship and just to have that ship kind of like hop from planet to planet. And I'm almost like living on a cruise liner where you just like you travel, then you like stay on a planet for a few days and then you leave and you go to another planet. So I don't ship technician, I guess maybe, but it's kind of a lonely life. So Yeah, I'll go with that. I don't know what other. I mean, you could just like be like watering grass on Naboo. Sounds pretty nice too.
I mean, as we've seen again in Lego Skywalker Saga, they have some pretty nice greenery on Naboo, so somebody's got to water it. In Star Wars, we have the saying, the behind the scenes saying from George Lucas. It's like poetry. They rhyme. Every stanza sort of rhymes with the last. Hopefully, it'll work. What's your favorite? It's like poetry. It rhymes moment in Star Wars.
Probably the redemption of Ben Solo and the redemption of Darth Vader, both being saved. The only people that actually saw them for who they were.
It's one I think Jarod mentioned himself when he was on the show for the first time. It's one that people love, and it's rightfully so. I really love that as well.
If I remember correctly, one of my favorite things about you got me going with this one. Again, for people who poor mouth Ben and Kylo, Ben/Kylo, it's always remember it's Vader backwards. In their third movie, we see Vader born in Hellfire, and we see Anakin die and Vader emerge in Hellfire, and we see Kylo Ren washed away while Ben Solo is resurrected in baptismal water in the wreckage of the Death Star. It's so good.
I'm just glad there wasn't a Lego Star Wars joke about Ben's mother, because you would have freaked the F out like you did with Anakin's mom.
No, that's very different context. Very different context. It's Star Wars, so it's going to be
if you could take one item or force power from Star Wars into the real world, what would it be?
Darth Sidious's ability to just gaslight an entire galaxy.
I mean,
that's amazing.
I mean, I don't disagree. He played a dangerous game, that Darth Sidious, and I can totally see people wanting to take that from him. And our final question is an old classic on Star Wars in a Galaxy, one that the two men beside you have answered, and that people have been answering. By the way, I found out that, interestingly enough, the other day, I found out that Charlie Ashby has an incorrect answer to this question.
Amongst many questions.
Yeah, no, but like he is specifically this one. Him and I know he designed the stuff for Divorce Show. They should really talk about this, because they're birds of a feather with this. All I'm gonna say, I'm gonna show you the name of a character. I'm just gonna ask you to pronounce the character's name. No wrong answers except for when they are. This character right here. What's her name?
Zam Wessel.
That is correct.
That is correct.
That is correct.
That is correct.
That's worth all the points.
That's worth all the points. That is worth all the points.
Explain for Trey why that's a question.
So I found out that fellow podcaster
Zam Wessel
is the one, and I found out yesterday that Charlie Ashby pronounces it Wessel, and I'm going to get him on In a Galaxy just so I can hear him say he thinks it's Wessel. Now
you must hate me because I use them interchangeably.
So it's actually funny in Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
I saw that. I saw your tweet, and I saw the mission, and I thought of you immediately.
It is canon now. It is canon now that Zam, like that is the way you pronounce it. No, it isn't, but I want it to be.
The same way I have I have to change how I pronounce a name, because I found out that it is not Rico Lee. I've been saying Rico Lee my entire life.
I've said Ollie my entire life. Ollie.
It's Ollier.
It's Ollier.
Yep.
It's super French. It's Ric Ollier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was always like, oh, the guy that explains everything, Rick Ali. And then someone said, it's Ollier. and then the game also confirmed.
The one that always gets me.
I'm glad it has extra sauce on it, though. That makes me so much happier that it is so much more of a ridiculous name.
I agree.
The one that always gets me, which is weird, and the one I was always shocked by was, when you see words in Star Wars, you think, you just pronounce it the most sensically you can, like the way that makes most sense. But often that's not the way you actually pronounce these things.
Not at all.
Tantive 4 or Tantive.
Tantive.
I've always said, again, right, that's another one. I always said Tantive as a kid.
Yeah, I said Tantive too. I said Tantive until like 3 years ago.
We discovered another one, I think. Everyone on the call at that moment pronounces, I'm not even going to say the species because I want to hear how you say it. Everyone pronounces the species that is Eloasti and Scythronali or Kythronali.
That's one that I've looked at, and I'm like, I phonetically don't know how to.
Abednego.
So you say Abednego, I say Abednego, and then there was like 2 more that were also unique pronunciations.
Every time I've ever tried to say it out loud, I get tongue-tied, so I just say like.
I say Abednego. I say Abednego myself.
There was one, Mike Doling on Knights of the Nerd Republic, and we got into. Granted, it does not take much for us to get into a screamer. But we got into a little bit of a screamer because the Legends Jedi, who also happened to be a Tusken Raider, who later becomes Darth Krayt, we could not agree on his name pronunciation at all.
Which one of you was the hard A and which one of you was the soft A? Just wondering.
I say Asherad. I say
Asherad too. I say Asherad too.
It's that extra sauce. Sherrod is like that's nowhere near as fun as Asherad.
Yeah, Asherad's the best.
Dune it up a little bit, put a little on that R, like Asherad, like ooh.
Yeah.
It's like when the Rings of Power teaser came out and she said, "In the land of Mordor." I was like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But until next time, In a Galaxy is going to be back In a Galaxy is going to be back next week. We are going to be back next week. Jacob and I are going to return to our regularly scheduled stuff. We're going to keep going into season 10 of In a Galaxy. We're going to be looking at Revenge of the Sith and Siege of Mandalore at the same time. It's going to be a fun time. But until then, Trey, why don't you plug your stuff and then I'll pass it to Jarod and Alden.
You can follow me on Twitter at the Treyinator. I, like many other people, have a Star Wars podcast. At Skywalking TL on Twitter. I'll be at Star Wars Celebration next month, so that's exciting. But got my plane tickets for that today. So, yeah.
Something doesn't feel right about hearing that it be next month. Like that doesn't feel right.
That hit me too. I'm not even going, and that was like, holy hell.
I'm like, that's weird. I'm gonna be down in Okay, Jarod, go ahead.
You guys can find me, myself, on Twitter and Instagram at DarkJedi2552, demanding blood from Scotty J-Ro. Come hell or high water, I will have my revenge, you Gungan son of a bitch.
Come 2027, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, Michael McCoy made a joke in the Goon Squad chat that the Sony Sinister Six movie will come out before I get my chance at Scotty. But you guys can find all the content I make at the Nerd Academy podcast. We have our Star Wars show, Knights of the Nerd Republic. There will our Versus Series Season 2 tournament's finally happening in a couple weeks because Spencer's done with grad school and we can finally get it done. Lego Skywalker Saga reviews coming soon. And I will not be at Celebration, but I will be live streaming all 4 days from the Nerd Academy studio right here where I sit. Where I will be in communique with all of my lovely friends who will be there. Trey, Alden, Eli, are you going?
I'm going. I'll be there.
Eli, I'm going to be in communique with everybody, getting info from the convention floor. So, yeah, for those of you who can't make it to Star Wars Celebration, be sure to poke your head on over to the Nerd Academy podcast YouTube channel and on our Twitch. Where we will be live, keeping everybody up to date on the goings-on of Star Wars Celebration. I am so excited. I am going to be run the hell down from it, but I'm counting the seconds to completely throw myself at Celebration all the way from Pennsylvania. So, yeah.
And finally, Mr. Tapestry, Alden, go ahead.
Well, you can find me talking about the tapestry at that Alden Diaz on Twitter and Instagram. That's THATALDENDIAZ. And you can find me on Octa Radio, a Star Wars podcast. That's 3 shows by show. Octa Radio proper, where I interview people around the Star Wars and Lucasfilm space. There's also the Mandatorian Creed, hosted by Tori Fox, where she does multi-part breakdowns of different Star Wars topics. And then Rewatch Between Worlds with Nikki Kumar will be coming back very soon, hopefully as soon as Nikki is able to return and grace us with his presence on podcasting. I'm also on the One and Done Film Club, and
you can follow us on Twitter at In a Galaxy Pod, Instagram at Star Wars in a Galaxy. Listen to us at on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts, we'll be there. Star Wars in a Galaxy, obviously. If we're not, email us swinagalaxy@gmail.com, where we'd love to hear all your hot takes, your opinions, your comments, your questions, all of that good stuff. Leave a 5-star rating or review if you can on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It really helps our visibility stuff. Next week, we are going to be, what are we doing next week? Next week, we are going to be talking about the first half hour of Revenge of the Sith, in addition to the first episode of The Siege of Mandalore, Old Friends Not Forgotten. It's going to be a great episode. And until meantime...
It's one of the best Star Wars episodes. That's one of the best Clone Wars episode titles.
Yeah, I think so. In the meantime, may the Force be with you always.